What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Mid-Nite Spookshow podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Billy from Toys from the Crypt, and on the other end we have...
Yeah, Shane from the Rotten Report, as always.
Welcome. How you been, Shane?
I've been busy. Obviously, it's been a minute since we've done one of these episodes, so... but I'm glad to be finally be cracking this thing out.
Yeah, this is pretty much...
Both been a tad bit busy.
Yeah, this is pretty much our Summerween podcast.
Basically.
We haven't been here in a while. It's the summertime, and we figured, people are on vacations, they're doing family stuff. They're hiking, they're camping, they're traveling. Me and Shane, We've been traveling, so,
Not together, but,
Not together. But...
Well, that's something we could dive in. Yeah, because Billy, he went on vacation back in the beginning of May to Vegas.
End of May, I think.
Was it end of May? I thought it was beginning of May.
Yeah, end of May. Yeah, we went to Vegas for the second time. This time it was a little bit more chill because we didn't have to discover the city. We already did that the first time, pretty much.
Right.
So the second time was just more of us going and just chilling out and hanging around. I caught the Stranger Things store experience. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I think I saw you may have posted about that on the Instagram or shared it in the stories.
Yeah, I was worried. The store went up around a year exactly to the date when I was there in May. So of 2023 is when the store opened. And I was getting worried that they were going to close down before I got to it, but then I thought, well, season 5's not out yet, so it only makes sense to leave it up until season 5 comes out,
Right.
So,
at this point they might as well just keep it there.
Yeah, and it's free admission, which there's not a lot of free things in Vegas, especially
Absolutely not.
Especially exhibits or whatnot. But it was free. If you guys go to my Instagram, you can see all the pictures I took. They had all these photo opportunities, a huge merch store. But the problem is the merch was priced up by at least $10.
It doesn't shock me. Something like that, they're gonna up the prices.
Yeah, so they had one of those cool Eddie Netflix exclusive Funkos. It's this tall. It's one of the big tall ones. And it has the art in the background, and he's playing the guitar. But it was $40. But on the Netflix site they're $29.
Yeah.
But then I'd imagine maybe after shipping, maybe I can see it then, I think. But some of the t-shirts were $45.
Wow. That's going to a concert and getting a concert tee.
Yeah, it is.
Which be looking forward to that in August when we see Slipknot. I'm sure those shirts will be,
yeah,
$50.
Yeah, before we jump to Slipknot, one of my biggest complaints about that store is when I go to a concert, I like to get a tour shirt from that tour. They don't give you ticket stubs no more, so a shirt's is what it's got to be.
Well, technically, you can still get. I mean, most everything's digital these days, but when we went to that Meshuggah show back in December, I actually had a ticket for that.
You can. It really depends on the venue, but overall, probably 75% of the live shows we've been to was all just digital tickets. It just sucks.
Which, it kind of sucks because, I have a stub collection.
Yep, as do I.
I'm sure everybody does that goes to concerts. So, I'm sure there are some out there that was it's ticket, throw it away. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's nice. It's a nice little, you know, commemorative thing to remember that show from.
Yeah, and they didn't have any shirts that was like the Stranger Things store experience, Las Vegas, blah blah blah. Like they didn't have any of those kind of like that's what
There's like your
that's what I wanted. Yeah.
like your standard shirts that you can find at Hot Topic.
Yep.
That's a little disappointing, but I mean, still though, I mean the experience itself just sounds like it was really neat. Like with
Oh, it was neat.
like a Stranger Things store. I mean, that's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, they had Vecna's attic there with a full size like Vecna statue.
Oh wow!
There was the high school. They had a high school area. They had an arcade area, Palace Arcade.
Did they have the scoop shop?
They didn't have the scoop shop. However, I was talking to one of the employees. No, I wasn't talking to one of the employees. I overheard them talking to somebody, and they mentioned something about getting a little Scoops Ahoy like little ice cream bar there. So like for the
Oh,
people that come in, yeah, they can get a
you
little
can get Scoops Ahoy ice cream at Walmart.
Walmart. Yep, those little pints. Yep.
Yeah, they got some pretty neat flavors. I've actually don't think I've actually tried any of them, but next time they come around, I'm sure I'll grab a few.
Yeah, I was curious about them too. I always assume when they come out with stuff like that, they just slap like, "Hey, this is what this is," but and then it tastes cheap or like not quality, you know?
Yeah, like great value ice cream, but it's got a brand name on.
Yep. Yeah, pretty
But
much.
believe it or not, though, Great Value does have some decent, product.
Well, apparently Walmart has a more affordable premium brand now.
Pretty much,
It's called Better Goods.
huh? Yeah,
If
because
you
I mean,
if you go to Walmart now, you'll start seeing all these Better Goods logos. Basically, it's great value except a little bit more premium on the affordability side. So,
I got you. I got you.
but
I recently got their. Speaking of Walmart and their food products, they brought out basically a Raising Cane's like esque like dipping sauce for chicken.
yep,
And I got some and tried it, and it surprisingly tastes pretty close to what Raising Cane's sauce tastes like.
I'm noticing Walmart's doing that now. They're getting these like products in that's theirs, but they're copycat products of like Chick-fil-A nuggets
Right.
or like sauces now. They're doing their own sauces and they're supposed to be like copycat sauces even.
Can you say sauce for me one more time?
Sauce? Sauce? Sauce. Is it how
It's
am I
the word of
supposed
the
to say
day.
it? Souse?
Just how you were saying it. You're like these
Sauce.
sauces.
The word of the day is
Sauce.
sauce. Ah.
Pee wee.
Yep, Pee Wee
Anyway,
reference for the young ones out there.
so anyway, go back. Anything else fun and exciting in Vegas you did?
Um, we ate at Evil Pie. It's a Evil Knievel themed pizzeria.
Ah, okay. I don't think you
Uh,
told me about that one.
yeah, it's pretty cool. They do it by the slice. The slices are pretty big. They're about
New
New
York
York
slices.
New York slices, and that's the exact style they were going after.
Right.
But other than that, it's just nothing but hanging around and
Chilling out.
chilling out and just watching everybody.
Oh yeah, people watching, are we?
Yep.
There's definitely a lot of those out there.
So, how about you? How was Florida?
Florida, Florida. You know what? It was nice. Didn't rain the whole time we were there. Basically,
Nice.
a lot of boating, a lot of
Oh,
swimming.
you did boating stuff?
Oh yeah, my father-in-law has a boat.
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't know you was doing all that.
Yeah, it was a let's just say it was a. I mean, a lot of people go on vacation, they just chill. They don't do a whole lot. Well, when we go on vacation, we don't exactly. I mean, we chill, but we do a lot of fun. We do a lot of stuff
Right.
too. So I mean, there was a couple days we went out. It was his first time taking it down to Florida because he just got it a couple months ago.
Oh.
Uh, so it's new, and
Is it a pontoon or
no, it's a fishing boat.
fishing boat?
It's like
Nice.
it's got one of those center consoles and everything. It's got basically it's got
Bass tracker.
GPS, fish
Yep.
tracker, everything. I mean,
Yep.
it's nice.
The whole shebang, huh?
But yeah, we were out there. It was well because when we normally go down there, we go to a rental thing and we rent a pontoon for a day, and then like me and him will
How
go fishing another day. So that's like two rentals right there.
how much does that run? A pontoon rental for a day?
Man,
Couple hundred at
I,
least.
I mean, I can't exactly remember because the prices have changed so much since we started going down there. I mean, it's at least 300, 350 maybe.
Sounds about right. Okay.
And then
Anyways,
a
go on.
fishing,
I was just
then
curious.
then a fishing boat. I mean, that's like upwards 600-700 almost, and that's
Yep.
nuts to me. But I get it because gasoline to fill it up is expensive, but it's not like they use that much.
Yeah.
But anyway, so about let's see here, one, two. We all went out one day because I was down there with it was all of us, her mom and dad, her sisters, and their family. So it was like 10 of us. So one day it was all of us. The next day it was me and him. We went fishing, just me and him, which was pretty fun. We saw some cool stuff. I'm pretty sure we saw some sharks while we were there. So I was excited for that.
It's always nice.
Well, it was not really funny to say, but the day before we got there, there was some shark attacks apparently down there.
Oh.
Not necessarily where we were, but down the coast, like in the Panama City beach area. So
Yeah.
everybody was like, they had like the yellow and the purple flag. Purple flags means dangerous marine life, so be on the lookout, basically. But yeah, so we did that. He was, I mean, he would have went out every day if he could, but he needed a
Oh, I'm
break.
sure.
At some point, he needed a break. He's like, I'm tired. I'm like, you ought to be. You've been out 4 days in a row.
Yeah, plus, he's got to man the whole boat.
Pretty much. I mean, like,
He's loading, unloading, gassing, picking the spots.
yeah, it's a lot of work, but I mean, he could. I can definitely tell he enjoys having it. Like, it's a lot of
Sure.
work and a lot of, you know, a lot of here and there stuff, but it was a good time. We had a pretty nice resort that we stayed at, or not? Yeah, condos.
Or one of those beach house condos.
Not beach house. It's a resort where a bunch of other people are,
Ah,
but
gotcha.
it was a little more. I wouldn't say smaller, but it was nice. We might actually go back there because we have. Seems like every year we're staying somewhere different because, well, we have to find something that's going to accommodate 10 people for one, and two. Now that he's got his boat, we got to find somewhere to park that. Luckily, it had an open parking lot.
Yep.
Anyway, but yeah, we had a good time. We ate at some pretty nifty places that we usually hit up while we're down there. They got some like one of a kind places. We're not going to go down there and eat at Outback or
Nah, we don't do that. We don't do that shit either.
nah. Like I don't.
We
My parents they'll go down to Tennessee and eat at freaking Texas Roadhouse. I'm
Yeah,
like, what are
not
you
me.
doing?
Not
What are
me.
you doing? We're gonna eat like the stuff that's exclusive to that. Like and for instance, in Panama City, there's a place that we eat at. It's called Pineapple Willie's, and it's
Ain't
cool.
no pineapple willies in Indiana, brother.
No, there is not. I wish there were, but there is not. Yeah, it's just a lot of the thing with a lot of those restaurants down there. A lot of it's like it's similar food because it's all beach food. Like it's all
Yeah.
fried stuff. It's all
Yep. Seafood.
baskets with like fish and fries
Yep.
and crap like that. But
Chips.
yeah, fish and chips. we went to there's this fancier restaurant we go to down there. It's called Captain Anderson's. It's like a marina, but also a seafood restaurant. So like, it's the restaurant that like behind it, there's like a crap ton of these giant freaking boats that people go out. I mean, they go way out, like, and they catch fish and bring it back. Like for instance, like say you're eating a red snapper, that could have been like it was caught that morning or something like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Red snapper's good, by the way. I don't know if you're if anybody's
Sorry,
listening out there.
I'm sorry I'm laughing. Snapper's just a nickname we have for our cat. That's why I'm
Oh
laughing.
gosh.
We just call her Snapper.
But if you're listening out there, and if you've never had snapper before, you got to try snapper because it is great. It's not like because there's people like you either like seafood or you just don't.
Yep.
It's like mint. People, you either really like mint or you don't.
I like seafood. The only seafood I will not touch probably ever is going to be either like squid / octopus, that, and probably like oysters / mussels.
But wait, what about calamari?
Well,
I mean, technically
that's
fried squid, but
right. That's more breaded and deep fried.
you're talking
So
about
it's
just raw squid, like
yeah.
cooked
Like
squid.
I don't even eat raw sushi.
Mm.
My wife's vegetarian, so she's always getting the vegetarian sushi. So I eat that because, like, consciously, there's no raw fish in there.
Right.
I just don't know how my brain feels about eating raw fish. Like, I don't know if it.
I myself, I've never tried it. Probably never will, just because it just doesn't sound appetizing to me.
I would try it if I don't want to try it from no like ran down sushi joint. Like I'd rather try it at like a place in Florida,
premium.
Florida, or like we'd like to visit like Japan one day.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
My goal is to go out to Cali one of these days, but that's a lot of money.
Can be.
But yeah, we had a good time in Florida. It was kind of, I wouldn't say relief to come back, but like by the end of the week, because we were down there from Saturday to the next Sunday.
Oh shit!
So we were down there for a full week plus a day.
Shit.
So by the time we were coming home, I'm like, I'm kind of ready to go home.
That's how we kind of felt being in Vegas.
It's like, normally you regret, you're not looking forward. It's like, man, I don't want to go home yet. But after that, I was just like, I need a break from vacation.
I've never been to Florida. I always feel like the strangest things are happening in Florida. Florida man does something.
The headlines are the killer.
Yeah.
There's the wildest people in Florida. But yeah, it's funny because like we never really see a whole lot of that like crazy stuff. But of course, that's a vacation spot. Most of the crazy people are elsewhere. Like, but it's weird. Like Panama City Beach used to be like the party spot. Like back in the 2000s, like that's where MTV hosted their like spring
breaks. Yep, I remember those specials.
And there's like clubs down there now that are basically defunct because they had a hurricane go through there back in like 18, and it wiped a lot of stuff out. And some of those things never recovered, or the owners never, got the places fixed or whatever. So now they're sitting there, basically decrepit and falling apart. Like one of the biggest nightclubs down there, it was called Club La Vila or something like that. It's just sitting vacant, and it's just like, man, I never would have went there anyway. But it's just like it kind of sad to see it just sitting there rotting.
Yeah. We were in Louisville a couple weeks ago, and there were a lot of businesses down there, like in the downtown area, in pretty touristy spots that they were just plywooded up. They were just shut down. And it's like, geez, like, can something move in here to kind of fill this space?
The bad thing with that area is it's really bad when it comes to flooding because it's right there next to the river.
Yeah.
That's I'm assuming probably why a lot of those businesses down in that area might close. I don't I can't honestly say. I've only been to Louisville maybe once. We always when we go down there we don't stop or anything. We're just kind of going through it. We went to Louisville once. We went and seen Daniel Tosh live. that was that was pretty cool.
What year was that?
When we went and seen him, 2016 or 17, something like that.
Oh, okay.
So I
So
mean,
not
this was a
too
while back.
awfully long ago.
Yeah, this was back before we had our kids. So yeah, it was like 16 or 17, something like that, maybe. We went down there, and it was at the Yum Center.
Yep, that's where I seen Kiss.
Nice, nice.
That's where I met the Demon, Star Child, Catman, and Spaceman,
Yeah, this guy
as
here,
they were,
as they were, yeah.
as they were.
Speaking of events, I know we're kind of fumbling around here, but I got to go to my first wrestling show the other day.
Yep. Tell us
That was
about it, because this is all right. People prepare. This is our little. There's going to be wrestling for a minute, so.
we're gonna get into the wrestling stuff.
All right,
But,
Shane, tell us about your first live professional wrestling experience.
So, because I asked you about it, and I was
Mhm.
curious of how it would be, and you're right. I mean, it's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's really cool, but it's also slightly weird because when you're watching on TV, you're hearing all this commentary from the announcers and stuff. You don't really hear that there. Like you mostly just hear them announce the wrestlers, or if the wrestlers themselves are talking on the mic, you'll hear that. But anything else, you don't hear.
Um, did you notice when they do backstage cuts, they dim the lights in the arena down, and then
Yeah.
the backstage cuts go on the Titantron, and
Or
everybody.
if there's a commercial, you'll
Yep.
notice that the lights will go down, and then it's like
Yeah.
that's when you know they're on a commercial break, and
Yep.
because they'll bring out somebody, they'll bring out a wrestler, and then the lights will go blank,
Yeah.
and then once they cut, yeah, it was
So-
weird.
So yeah. So what you're talking about is a wrestler will come out, and they'll either show them just coming out on TV before commercial,
Yeah.
or B they'll already be in the ring when commercial comes back, but the live audience sees the music hit, and they come out and they're in the ring and they're doing their music, and then the music had just stopped.
Yeah.
And then you see that said wrestler just standing there for 2 minutes, hanging
Basically
around the
just
ropes, just whatever, yeah. And then and then all of a sudden, boom, that person's music had come back on because they're back from commercial break, and now they're in the ring,
yeah,
and
it's
then
like that's
yeah,
they did that a couple times. Like I know Liv Morgan come out, and they had our music playing. She comes out, she's in the ring, and then everything goes blank, and it's just ads and stuff going on. But it was cool. It was interesting because like before it even starts, there's like two pre-show matches basically called main event wrestling,
Mhm.
and so there was two of those matches, and then that's when it was about 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock's when Raw starts. So that was when it finally got going, and it was it was entertaining. There was a lot of yelling. There's definitely there's a energy there. Like it's like
Yeah. Wrestling fans take wrestling serious, man.
They do. Like there was kids behind us. Like it was me and my dad, and there were kids. But I mean, like these kids probably weren't even 10 years old yet. One of them was like really young. I could tell because he was like saying things, but like a 5-year-old would have trouble saying something.
Yeah.
And the other one was probably 8 or 9, and they were just yelling every time somebody would come out. They would have something to say about him, like Like Liv Morgan come out and they go, "Hey Liv, where's Dom Dom at?"
Hey, Lou, where's
Or
Dom
like,
Dom?
and then
As
everybody
if,
else they'd come out and they'd be like, "Boo, you suck. We want blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Good lord."
yeah, man. How?
Yeah,
Well,
all the yeets, all like they were starting out like an hour before the show even started. People would be like, "Yeet," and everybody would just follow. And I'm like, he's not even gonna be here tonight. If people don't
you,
know, I'm talking about Jey Uso.
how many woos did you hear?
Uh, not very many
I,
actually.
I bet if I would have told you to keep your ears open, off in the distance, somewhere around the hall, by a water fountain, you'll just hear, woo, woo, woo.
I heard. I mean, because he came on, there was like there was a commercial or something, and he was on, and Ric Flair was on there, and I heard a couple woos around. And it's just like, God damn it.
um. So what was the? I don't think I watched that Raw yet. I got it recorded. What was the main event in that match?
Well, the main event was the tag team match at the end with Finn Balor, JD, whatever the crap his last name is,
J.D.
and
McDonough.
yeah, R-Truth and The Miz. And actually, that match wasn't planned. I don't think. I think it was like one of those last minute setup
Yeah.
matches because like they're like, I think Liv Morgan helped set it up or something like that. And yeah, that was like the big match because like because the other main, I mean, one of the other main events was Karrion Kross against Kofi Kingston. That was a big one, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, there was a lot of wrestlers that came out that I was surprised to see that they come out like Drew McIntyre. I didn't expect to see him. Of course, he came out to address what happened at SmackDown.
Oh yeah, that's right. Is
Everybody and their mother was booing him, and I'm like, man, what happened to you, Drew? I used to like you, and now you went to. He did that whole heel turn where he's a whiny baby about CM Punk for some reason.
was Punk on Raw at all? Was he
He was
there at all?
not.
He
He
was
was
not.
apparently injured now again.
Okay.
Like, did you watch SmackDown the Friday before?
No.
So that was the Chicago show because I
Oh,
guess
okay,
that's where
gotcha.
Punk's from, and
Yep.
I like uh, McIntyre. I guess roughed him up really bad, and he came out Monday night that night to talk about it, basically like. And I'm like, is this how it's gonna be? Like, can they just like kill each other already? I'm tired
Can
of
they
it already.
just kill each other?
It's like this whole. I want to know, like, jumping ahead here, but I want to know what's going to happen with it. I'm so tired of the bloodline already. But, like, the fact that it is laughable. I'm sorry, people. I don't know if anybody's a fan of this guy. The fact that Solo Sikoa is the face of the bloodline now is laughable.
Why?
Because there's nothing special about him.
He's solo.
Yeah, I guess. He might as well be. I'm more interested to see about this new Jacob Fatu guy because he seems like he reminds me of Umaga.
You know that's his son, right?
Is it Umaga's son?
Yeah.
Huh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I know that the whole damn family's in wrestling.
Yep.
Everybody's related to somebody. Solo
Yep.
Sikoa is the brother of the Usos. Then the what's the Tama Tonga, and then the other guy I don't even know. But anyway,
It's a whole rabbit hole, that wrestling
it,
family.
I mean, wrestling in general is a rabbit hole. I mean, if we're talking, the whole stinking organization is one big family.
Yeah, true.
I mean, look at all the wrestlers now that basically, like I was telling my dad about, like because he didn't know any of them now at this point. He hadn't watched wrestling in years. I'm like, well, that guy right there, if you know who Dusty Rhodes is, that's his son.
I know
And
Dusty Rhodes. I've heard of him. I know him.
everybody knows Dusty Rhodes. It's like, I don't know. Wrestling's a rabbit hole. But anyway, I just, like I said, and they basically threw Paul Heyman through a table last night. So that was interesting.
Yeah, that's always cool to see.
That dude is a great. He puts on a show. Like I was so annoyed with him just because of the whole how he is with Roman Reigns because I don't like Roman Reigns, but I get it. That's how he's got to be.
That's his gimmick. Yep.
He's great at it. I mean, like I'll give him some credit. But
Did
yeah.
you
So
pick up?
anyway,
Did you
what?
pick up anything
You know what? I went
from
back and
Raw?
forth. I went back and forth with myself, and I was gonna get a shirt, but then I'm like, man,
Was it
because they
40?
were, yeah, most of the shirts were 40. And I'm like, I can wait. I mean, I don't like. I've got so many shirts already.
Yeah, dude. If you wait, just wait for
They have sales all the time.
wait for SummerSlam. They'll have a sale. You'll get a shirt for $20.
My biggest thing is I wanted to get one of those white six shirts,
They'll have
but
them. If not those shirts, they'll have more designs by then for sure.
yeah, I'd imagine so. Because I mean that this is the. It
The,
was kind of funny how like Gable, for instance, he was on that episode of Raw. I'm like, how the crap's he gonna be there? He's supposedly dead. Did you watch the reveal of the Wyatt Six where it shows Gable just like laying there? He's got it looks like
oh,
almost like a
yeah,
bullet hole.
yeah, I did see that. Hey, all that was probably Jason Baker, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
I
That's
didn't ask him because I'm actually friends with him on Facebook. Weirdly enough, one of these days I'm gonna interview him.
yeah. Jason
But
seems really cool.
he's impressive. I mean, obviously he worked with Tom Savini, but he did all those new masks, all the outfits. I mean, he does a lot of even outside of Bray Wyatt stuff. He does a lot of the
Spe-
costuming.
yeah.
Well, he made
So
a WrestleMania. He did Cody Rhodes' mask.
yeah. So just to give people a brief insight on how like the costume department works in wrestling. So there used to be back in the day in the 80s and 90s and even into the 2000s, there used to be a guy there that specifically they called him the magician. I forgot what his real name was, but they called him the magician. He would work on wrestling props. He would be responsible for like if they had to break a pane of glass, he had to be responsible to make sure when it was safe breakable glass. He was he was basically specialized in like stunt work and stuff. And eventually, as the WWE evolved into this stock company now, a lot of those old school jobs aren't around no more. And then wrestling shifted to this pretty like they almost show wrestling as like an alternate sport now instead of just wrestling because like the women and like they wrestle, they're freaking athletes now. But and then this Bray Wyatt guy comes in, and we've not really seen anything like Bray really. What, the last time we seen something like Bray would have just been something Undertaker-esque, Kane-esque.
Undertaker, Kane, yeah.
And
I
their gimmicks were very simple. Living Dead Undertaker, big big mad tall guy with mask. That was that was basically what Kane was. Um,
Yeah, well, even Sting, I guess, kind of had that kind of like crowish,
sure,
but not to
yeah,
this extent.
yeah. Bray comes along, and he does all his wonderful stuff that he does with the Fiend and whatnot. But then in that mix, we get introduced to this guy that Bray's friends with, Jason, who was pretty much a protege of Tom Savini,
Yeah.
and pretty much helps Tom out with everything now or whenever he needs help. But anything that WWE needs done, if it was a mask for Nikki ASH, If it was a
Mhm.
mask for Cody, a mask for
Finn.
um, Finn's, um, all the Fiend masks, all the Wyatt puppets, all the Wyatt Funhouse set pieces, everything. The Alexa Bliss like thorn blood crown at WrestleMania that she was like pouring
Yep.
down her face.
All the
The
ink.
all that's Jason. That he's pretty much WWE's like special effects prop guy now. Like
Yeah.
official, unofficially, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
He's the guy now. He's the
yeah,
magician.
he's the magician.
He's impressive. I mean, like the looks, especially Mercy the Buzzards, like that Dexter Loomis.
Yep.
That looked rad. Like the the only one that's a little I wouldn't say lame by any means. It's just a little like how did he go for like Huskus the pig mask? How it went from like being this like I don't even know how to describe the pig to this almost like gas mask looking thing.
Yeah.
And then Ramblin' Rabbit looked really cool and then he brought like because what's his name Eric Rowan.
Rowan, yeah.
Rowan. He's got
Yep.
because I guess he was with the one guy who passed away.
Yep.
And
He was
they always had sledgehammers or something.
Yep, he was with Luke Harper.
Yeah.
Better known as Brody Lee.
Right. Yeah. I didn't know this was that was before I got back into wrestling, so
Yeah.
I wasn't too familiar with them. I'm a little bummed that Alexa Bliss didn't take part, but I know she's off playing mom now, so I mean no offense there on that at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was featured for a long time. Like a lot of the women before like Rhea came in the picture, really there was nobody to really showcase. Like we always got Charlotte, we always got Becky, we always got, Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
But showcasing like they would showcase Alexa every week, that really didn't happen until Alexa took her break and they really pushed Rhea like on people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
now Rhea is like, well, she's kind of on her break now.
yeah, which now it's Liv. She's pretty much one of the featured talents now, week to week.
It definitely goes back and forth a lot. It seems like because Liv for a while there, I mean, she was champion a couple years back.
Yep.
Where she took it. Who'd she take it from? Ronda.
Yeah, I think so.
She cashed in her Money in the Bank and basically, and that cracks me up. It's like how is that allowed? Like
What? Cashing in?
yeah, I mean I understand how cashing in works, but it's just like that just seems like yeah we're gonna take it from her and give it to her just because she's got the Money in the Bank, which is coming up by the way next week.
Oh shit, that's next week.
Next Saturday, yep.
Oh. Hell. Well, thanks
Yeah,
for that. I didn't even know.
there's some good matches coming up. There's a triple threat with Cody, Randy, and Kevin against three of the guys from the Bloodline, and then I know LA Knight's got a match.
Yeah.
I know.
How many yeahs did you hear?
I heard
At
some.
Raw. Yeah.
I heard some. It's funny because he's on SmackDown, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't. He's grown like when I first started seeing him, like when he and Bray were feuding. I'm like, who is this guy?
Everybody was.
I didn't
Yeah.
know who he was, and then like out of
Yeah.
nowhere, he just blew up.
He did.
Like really,
did
like
just-
within the last like maybe year.
Yep.
He's just like super popular now.
Yep. Yeah, dude, he has a freaking defining moments figure coming out through Ringside Collectibles.
Yeah.
Like out of all the wrestlers we have a LA Knight defining moments coming out.
Right.
There's no other defining moments.
I don't know, but I'm really mad at myself for not discovering Karrion Cross sooner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Well,
the guy, I've been watching his like little segments he puts on his Instagram, and it's just like,
maybe maybe it's a good thing you didn't discover him before because he wasn't treated really well by the WWE when Vince was there.
but you told me about that. He wasn't.
Um, Scarlett was treated a little bit better just because she's got the looks and everything, but Scarlett still at the end of the day is more of a manager
Yeah,
for Carrion. But
his
yeah,
real name is Kevin,
they
but now he's kind of doing his own thing. It seems like he's got his own little pact, his little faction or whatever. Because I mean, I'd always heard about him, but I didn't know that much about him. But yeah, he comes out, and I mean, it was a good match.
he's he started in NXT
Yeah.
and he got called up and he was doing great in NXT. Everybody loved him in Scarlet in NXT. And he of course got the call up, and when he got the call up, usually what happens is any wrestler that's doing great in NXT, when they get the call up, they completely go sideways, opposite direction with that said talent. And pretty much they start from the bottom once they, like, you go from NXT main event and you get that main roster call, you're either A, going to start down here, or you're going to start right there, like mid card.
You're basically starting over.
Yeah, and hope when you're done with mid, you don't go back down to the bottom of the card.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened with him. And then him and Scarlett got his release, and I seen both of them at Scored Circle Expo last year when they didn't have a contract. They were
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were diagonal right from my table. He was doing great business all week. They seemed to enjoy being there from what I've seen.
Yeah, he seems like a really like outside of his character when he's talking like he's a regular person. He actually seems like a really cool dude. It was really cool to see him. He hasn't commented on anything yet, but he has liked my comments on his posts. So I'm like, holy crap! Because
Yeah,
you think like, oh, you're gonna comment on somebody's post that like in the wrestling business, and they're gonna say something or even see the post.
yeah, and it probably helps because with us being in the whole, I would say we are in the horror community pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, because
Uh,
horror and wrestling go hand in hand.
yeah, and him and Scarlett do a lot of horror related content.
Yeah,
So
I mean, literally
so
one of his last videos he did, the intro of it was that part in Prince of Darkness where it shows the outside of that building, and then you see the figure standing in the corner or whatever.
yeah,
It was this whole segment about Kofi Kingston being a psychopath.
yeah. People, wrestling fans are just wrestling fans, but he gets a lot of hate just because the way the WWE wrote his character for him.
I think
Um,
that's how a lot of these characters are. Like, I mean, look at Drew McIntyre. Everybody used to
yeah.
love Drew McIntyre. Now everybody's booing him just because of how his character is right now.
Well, that's a different kind of boo. I think I'm talking about.
It could be, yeah.
I mean, I mean to the effect of even when you're a bad guy in wrestling, you want the whole arena booing at you. At like one point with like Karrion Cross, there was just nobody cared
Mm,
because they like messed him up so much. So like when you're a wrestler or just a live performer, one of the worst feedbacks you can get is somebody not laughing at your jokes or no applause after a song or just dead silence.
right.
And then all the Vince stuff happened and Triple H um, trying to clean up some mess here, and so far he's doing great.
I think
As
he's
people thought he would do. So
yeah.
he's letting people like Carrion and some more of those mid card guys just have a little bit more creative control in their character than how it was before.
Yeah, have a little more, freedom and
Yeah.
let them kind of make themselves a little more known. And I,
Um, wrapping up this wrestling thing, what do you think about that deal supposedly that was made with Indiana?
yeah, that was, I mean, because there was a rumor going around that was going to happen, and then they confirmed it that day of Monday Night Raw. They had like a whole segment on it basically right before the show started that, not SummerSlam. Well, eventually SummerSlam and WrestleMania, but starting out February, this coming February, Royal Rumble's going to be there
Yeah.
at Lucas Oil. So, I mean, that's really cool. I don't think it'll probably be a couple years before like Mania gets there.
Question: is Rumble Lucas Oil or is Rumble Gainbridge?
No, it's Lucas Oil.
They're doing Rumble at Lucas Oil.
Yeah,
Holy shit, that's a big Rumble.
that's going to be big. Yeah. Because all three of those are supposed to be at. They said it's going to be at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Oh, so it's okay. So it's specifically a Lucas Oil deal, not like a we'll do WrestleMania at Lucas and then we'll do Rumble and SummerSlam at Gainbridge.
Yeah, I feel like they probably could have done Rumble at Gainbridge. I feel like Rumble's not. I mean, it's a big match.
I always want to call it Conseco.
Yeah, but well, heck, it used to be Banker's Life.
Deer Creek, Verizon.
Yeah, I still call it Verizon.
Dude, that's what I call it. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, it's Deer Creek to me. That's Verizon, brother.
That's fine, dude. I still call it Klipsch. What was it before Deer Creek? Oh, that's what it's always been. Oh, okay.
I don't have the answer to that.
No, I think it was always just Deer Creek at first, and then when it first was built, it's funny because it probably was only Deer Creek for like 10 years.
Man, Shane, I want to go to WrestleMania and stuff, but ticket prices not that WrestleMania is exactly like too overly expensive. If you're smart with pre-sale codes and you're on it and you get your seats within that like time period where people aren't reselling tickets,
Yeah.
if you can secure 2 tickets for 500-600 for 2 nights, that's not really bad.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of money, but like to think about
considering what it is.
Yeah.
WrestleMania, it's back.
It's basically it's the Super Bowl of the wrestling world.
Yep. And like that whole weekend, so you've not been in the wrestling community for like a while. You're kind of like just now getting back, right?
I mean, I recently got back into. I mean, it was like 2019, maybe.
Okay, so
18, 19, whenever the Fiend really kind of just started coming out.
So this is why WrestleMania coming to Indianapolis is exciting for people that live in the area. Every WrestleMania, other wrestling companies block off their schedule to work alongside the WWE in the town where WrestleMania is going to be. So in Indianapolis, probably that whole week leading up to night 2 Sunday, every WrestleMania there is a convention that follows them around. It's called WrestleCon. And WrestleCon is probably the San Diego Comic-Con of wrestling conventions.
Oh, wow.
So they're getting people to the likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin signing. They're getting people to the likes of Shawn Michaels signing. Guys that are not really on the circuit are signing at events like that.
Huh.
more of the like legend talents that work in the WWE. Like, for example, before he passed, Pat Patterson and like Gerald Briscoe, they would show up at WrestleCons. Oh, and like Michael Hayes. Like Michael Hayes still works for the WWE, but like at WrestleCon, everybody knows each other. It's yeah, I'll come in for a day and sign for a couple hours.
Nice.
So that's going on. Then you're going to have NXT that week. You're going to have NXT probably that Friday. And then you're going to have SmackDown that Thursday. And then, so it's going to go probably SmackDown, NXT, WrestleMania, WrestleMania. And the next night is usually also Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
So,
Like the follow up.
and that's not including all the Indianapolis-based wrestling companies doing everything they're doing for that week.
Yeah.
So it's going to be bananas.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I think it's the first time WrestleMania's been in Indy since, like, the 90s.
Yeah, WrestleMania 7, I think.
Something like that. I don't remember what the number was. I just remember seeing something about it being, it's been a long time.
It was the WrestleMania on Warrior's comeback return, I think. And he came down and slammed Hogan, I think. I think all that happened in Indianapolis. But
I'll have to go back and watch that on Peacock.
yeah, for now, it's going to be moving to Netflix soon.
Yeah, that's true. Next year, I think it was February. I think is when it all transitions.
It's it's funny. I remember when the network first started. I was working at Walmart, and I remember talking to like just one of the coworkers. He was a wrestling fan, and he was like, "Oh man, like a whole network of nothing but wrestling content." And then like the network like built up its content for like a solid 5 years, I'd say, and then they made the Peacock move. And then there's some things that was on the network that didn't make it to Peacock still, and now they're moving to Netflix. So now I'm worried, like, are there things on Peacock now that's now not going to be on the Netflix move?
Yeah, that's
because they have to re-upload everything when they move.
oh yeah, that's a lot of content.
Yeah, like because you can go on there and you can watch a Monday Night Raw episode from '95.
Yeah.
96.
You can watch every Raw since the beginning of Raw.
Since the beginning. You can go week by week and look at the crowd and progressively watch watch everybody go from people in 94 to people in 2024. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wow, this is a big this turned out to be a bigger topic than I thought it was going to be tonight.
Well, hey brother.
It was a rabbit hole. Wrestling is a rabbit hole. What can we say?
It is. It is. But yeah, overall, I'm excited to see. I mean, WrestleMania coming to Indiana. No, nothing comes to Indiana. Nothing.
Not really.
So that'd be fun.
It's exciting to see something like that come to Indiana. Yeah, I mean, it's cool that Raw was in Indianapolis because I mean that's accessible. That's pretty cheap, like not too expensive either.
No, I mean, I think honestly, if you don't care about sitting in the nosebleeds and you just want to be there, I think they started at $30.
Yeah, our seats were pretty. We weren't like up in the high section, but we were like in the mid range, like up here. I mean, I sent you the pictures, and I mean, they were good seats. Not gonna lie. I mean, I think it's one of those places that there really isn't a bad spot, even the higher up seats, because I mean, you can still see everything.
Man, one day we're gonna have to go to like an AEW show or something, just because it's much easier to get ramp tickets than it is at like the WWE, because they're automatically $500. So like my ramp tickets, I've paid like tops $60, I think, to get right by the ramp.
Dang.
and you're right there. And like, let me tell you, being by the ramp, by the action is like it's like nothing else. It's like a whole new experience.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, like being even like close to the ring, like behind, like the padded like blockades, like sitting there watching it right there. I mean,
yeah, yep.
that's got to be rad.
Well, shit,
Let's jump
Shane.
into some horror stuff.
Horror.
Let's do some pickups because I've got quite a few of those.
You start us out since I only have, you start us out.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
Um,
Because
so
I just want to clarify a couple things with my pickup. So
okay,
you start us
so
out.
back because it's been a while since we've had an episode. Back in I want to say May, there were some sales going on, and Trick or Treat Studios had a big sale, like so much percentage off. I think it was like
They had a
Memorial
big
Day.
sale, yeah.
It was like Memorial Day or something.
Yep.
So I went and picked up a couple action figures that I've been wanting to get for a while. Uh, big can.
Have you kept all this from me?
I don't think I told you about these.
Okay, let's
Not
see
this
it.
one. Or maybe I did. I got these candy corn figures with Jacob and Doctor Death.
Okay, hold it still. Hold it still. It's focusing.
I've been wanting these for a long time, and I
Oh
finally
yeah, that's cool.
I need to get these. These are the 2-pack. Pretty cool. I'm a big fan of that movie. So, and then I got the other Jacob Atkins figure, which is a little bigger.
Um,
This was $34.99, and the other one was $24. But I think with the sale, it was like I forget how much it ended up being, but it
so
was.
can you show the back of that card
Which one?
on that
This
Jacob figure you just showed?
biggest one here.
Yeah, I just kind of want to see. So, so I take it this is Trick or Treat Studios' version of their 7-inch or 6-inch.
Yeah, these are called Scream Greats. Is what they're called.
Okay,
These
so
are
those are
a little more affordable than the big El Segundo ones that are like $150.
yeah.
Because this was
So
only 35.
yeah, so basically those are equivalent to
Kind
the
of like
little
getting a
NECA
NECA figure.
figures. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So I got those, which I'm excited to have because I love that movie. It's one of my favorites. Let's see here. I got a couple other things here. Oh, I'll save that one for last. I got recently. So I was a part of uh, the last drive-in with Joe Bob Briggs. He's got a Patreon, and it's called the Lost Drive-In. And back in December, they had a promotion going. If you signed on for basically their higher end like Patreon, you would get a blue because they've been putting out Blu-rays with old segments on them
okay.
from like the older like Monster Vision days, and basically older footage. And they've been so basically initially every 3 months you would get one, but since they had this promotion back in December, you would get one when you signed on. Well, a couple months went by and it never came, so I kind of got a little heated.
Oh.
So I ended up, for one, I was saving for a convention, so I kind of let the whole thing slide. Anyway, I had to actually get a hold of Darcy,
Okay.
and I emailed
Diana
her.
Prince, right?
Yeah, Diana Prince.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yep.
had to get a hold of her and kind of explain what happened. Like, hey, I was supposed to get this. I don't want to be like, I don't want to complain. I don't like to complain, but it's like I'm supposed to get this.
Yep.
And so finally, I got one of them in. I got the one of the. There's like I think there's 5 or 6 of these now. So like you start out when you start as a patron, like the first third month, you get like the first one. So it's like it's catching.
Oh.
This one, I think this is volume 2 though. But
Is that the only way to get those?
if you want to buy them on eBay, but yeah,
Then
these
yes.
these aren't available. Like you can't buy these on like Joe Bob's website or anything.
That's really cool then.
So these are like exclusive to patrons. So
Oh,
it's pretty cool.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I might have to look
Yeah,
into that.
yeah, it's pretty. Like I'm a fan of Joe Bob. I like the whole drive-in thing, the whole concept behind that. So, and it came with a card that was signed by the two, so that was cool.
That's a plus.
And then let's go back into another movie. I got the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire Steelbook.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool.
I did watch that, by the way. I watched it on the flight on the way to Vegas.
Oh yeah, nice. We started, me and the kids actually started watching it yesterday, and we got about maybe 45 minutes left in it. I think so far, I mean, like I said, I haven't finished it yet, but what I've seen of it so far is pretty good.
I Ghostbuster fans are one of those fans. It's one of those fan bases that are like, you have to do everything perfect or they will bitch.
Oh yeah, like people are always all the time complaining about the 2016 all female one, and I honestly didn't think that was that bad.
Just don't watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what? For whatever reasons, Sony made that movie. For whatever reasons, Kathleen Kennedy made that movie.
yeah.
It is it is what it is. But like, look, I just look at it as, look at how many people probably discovered Ghostbusters when that movie came out.
Yeah. I mean, it's the generational thing. I mean, look at Halloween.
Yeah, people. There's too many gatekeepers in this community now, man. Like,
Oh man, don't say that to certain people because they'll freaking flip out. I ain't no gatekeeper. Fuck
that's
you.
what gatekeepers say.
Yeah, that's what gatekeepers say. Well, I'm not a gatekeeper. That's something a gatekeeper would say. We're not gatekeepers. You know,
Yeah,
I like broadening my horizons. I'm not going to
I
sit
do
there
too.
and watch. You know, people who complain, like horror movies of today. People complaining about the Halloween franchise of like, the new. Well, I can't stand those movies. Well, yeah, you probably can't stand H2O either, but you'll still go back and watch it. But yeah, I know what you mean. Ghostbusters fans, Star Wars fans. If you don't do it the way they want it done, man, fuck it.
Kiss fans.
Kiss fan. Yeah, any fans. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of that and talk about Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Damn, man, you just keep going.
Dude, I had this on pre-order I got this from Amazon actually. Look at the back of this thing. That's so cool. And I still plan on getting the standard 4K because it has this, the original cover with the finger with the world spinning on it.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I gotta have that steelbook because that's just.
Yeah.
I've been wanting a physical copy of Killer Clowns for a while now because they released one back a while ago from Arrow, but it's since been like out of print, so it's super expensive. And I don't like the standard Blu-ray cover because it just kind of, it just doesn't, I don't know. I don't like it, so I didn't buy it. So I have it on digital for the longest time. That's all I had it on.
1 second. I only have a DVD release, but it's an old release. I'll grab it real quick.
Can I go pee real quick?
Yeah, I really need to upgrade mine. This is mine.
That's I don't, for some reason I don't like that cover. It just
this is just one of those like $5 Walmart. Like they didn't really put any effort into anything.
No. See, if I'm gonna get a release of Killer Clowns, I want a good release.
Yep. I really wish I would have got that Arrow one because I like the packaging on those.
The Arrow one was cool. I wish I would have been a fan of that movie back when that come out, but for the longest time I actually didn't like that movie. I'm like, man, this movie's it's almost too cheesy for me at that time. I just wasn't in the mindset, I don't think. But anyway, let's see what else I got here. I got a couple comics, which are basically two of the same issue. Got the Ronin, Last Ronin 2, Revolution Issue 2. Got the Eastman cover there.
Good choice. Got to
And
always got to go with cover B.
then the standard, just because, man, thinking, what's her name? Casey Jones' daughter. I like how she incorporates his mask and her getup. I think her name's crap. It's been so long since issue there's a big gap. I don't know if you did you
Cassie
read issue one?
Jones.
Cassie, yeah, I think so.
Is it? Is it? Or am I
It
just
might be.
bullshit? Get out of here! I was just bullshitting.
It's I don't think that doesn't sound right. I can't.
Hold on, I have to look this up.
We're gonna have to figure that out. I don't think it's not Cassie Jones.
Hold on, I'm looking it up. Oh, it's Casey. Originally I was going to say, well, Casey's a girl name too, but then I was like, well, they won't make it Casey. I'll just say Cassie. But no, it's Casey. Casey Marie Jones. Yeah,
That's right. Okay, so yeah, I was thinking that didn't sound right, but I'm like, oh, maybe it's Casey.
yeah.
So that's cool. But yeah, that's I haven't read this yet. I read issue 1 back when it came out a couple months. For some reason, there was a big gap. This one, like, they kept delaying it for some reason, the release. I don't know if it was just wasn't done or what the deal was, but nevertheless, it's finally out. And jumping ahead, I think this is my last pickup, and I don't think I've showed you this. This finally came in. Oh man,
How cool!
Look at that! Just look at the cover. I actually got, and then the back's got the H45 logo on it because this is an exclusive for the H45.
Show the spine. Show the thickness.
It's thick, like it's a big boy.
It's a good looking book right there.
I mean, it's big, and it's like it's. So I've always wanted a copy of the original Halloween novelization. Super hard to find now. Super expensive. And so last year, right before, like about a month or so before H45, they announced that they were releasing a illustrated hardback edition of the original novelization.
Yeah.
So they had 2 different covers. They had a standard one, and then this one was an exclusive to that convention, but they opened it up to people who could pre-order it who didn't go to the convention. But you could only pre-order this during the the couple days that the convention took place. So once that convention was over, that went bye-bye basically.
Well,
and I was not gonna. I had one of my buddies message me when I posted that I got that. They're like, "Crap, I wanted to get that." So he went on eBay and bought a copy of it. Like this was $50.
I'm on eBay right now. I'm seeing what it clocks in at.
This was $50, and so was the standard edition. But this one, that cover just alone made it worth it. He made a video and tagged me in it and thanked me for reminding him about it.
I don't know what this cover is that somebody's asking $160 for this cover.
Is it the one where it's just like his mask on the front with like... Hold on. I can't see. Yeah, that's the standard.
Yeah, dude.
And
so
I think you can still get that.
There are 2 listings, one for $160 and one for $100. So my eBay brain says you have an exclusive cover, so you potentially have a $200-ish fucking book.
Oh yeah, this thing will go. I mean, I think the guy that I mentioned me. I think he paid like $120 for his.
Yep.
So I mean, this sucker alone's going to go for high dollars. I'm sure at some point.
Nice.
So I'm glad to have that because I've always wanted a copy of it, and $50 is affordable, and it's a cool. I mean, I haven't really opened it and like looked at it extensively. I mean, but like just some of the just some of the artwork alone, like, and it's like I said, it's the full novel too.
Paper looks good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's glossy. It's yeah, man. I mean, that's freaking wild. What the crap is that even? I don't even know what that is. I know they go into a lot, like they go into a lot more detail in the book. Apparently,
Hmm.
this thing is wild though. Special limited edition, 45 Years of Terror.
Too bad they wasn't numbered. That'd been cool.
Too bad I didn't get to go to that show.
Well, there's still one more chance.
Yeah, supposedly, but apparently, from my understanding, Horror Hound won't be a part of it.
If they're not, they're not. It's
The thing about it,
50's going to happen.
they don't like Horror Hound doesn't have. They just kind of present it.
Yeah, because they have the ticketing system and everything, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I was talking to Nathan about it, which I don't blame him for being this way, but basically he doesn't like because he runs Horror Hound, so he calls the shots. He doesn't like putting on a show under Horror Hound's name, but where he can be told what and what he can't.
Well, yeah.
He doesn't have 100% say in stuff.
Yeah, and also I heard Sean Clark talking about because Nathan's like one of Sean's best friends.
Oh yeah.
I heard him saying that to an extent, Trancas still wants some sort of kind of control.
Yeah.
So like Sean was saying, like Trancas was taking like the week before the damn con started to just even accept the art prints that was going to be at the show, or like whatever artwork that was going to be on the flyers or whatever. It was taking them that long just to do bullshit stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's what Nathan was kind of saying. That Trancas was kind of.
Yep.
They were just weird about it.
Yep. So I don't blame
them, guys.
Yeah.
See here, I'm looking at my notes. Man, we still have a lot to cover.
Was that all your pickups?
Yes, that was all my pickups. Sorry.
I'll show mine. So my pickup, a little bit of backstory. So I'm not privy to TikTok at all. I scroll on TikTok. I've never really made a post. I've made 3 videos so far, and two of those videos revolve around this. But I was at Walmart and I seen their new horror section. If you don't know anything about this, I would advise everybody to go to their Walmarts and check back by the DVD section. This specific section is not going to be in the NECA collectible section / Funko collection section. It's going to be more by the back corner of the DVDs. Most Walmarts are laid out the same.
Yeah, these days.
I seen the actual layout paperwork for the horror section. So they're supposed to be in that specific section. They have that. Then they have a little anime section. Then more DVDs. And now they have a Netflix section, which is across from the vinyl records at most Walmarts.
Now they have one that's got like Deadpool and stuff.
Yeah. So there's a new horror section. There's some, they got those Ghostface Inferno figs in there. The new Saw figures. The new Hannibal figure. They got a Jeepers Creepers Bluetooth truck speaker, little replica thing.
Yeah.
But the takeaway, really, why my video blew up is I made a video on finding this Terrifier 2 VHS set at Walmart. You heard that correctly. I found a Terrifier 2 VHS set at Walmart.
Yeah.
Um,
I still don't have one of those. I'm jealous.
um, it's in 4:3, which is awesome. They formatted this to 4:3 VHS format. Um, it's by Witter Entertainment. You can still go on Witter Entertainment. I don't think you can buy these ones, but you can buy ones with like the plastic clamshell VHS type deal.
Are they still available?
They was as of this, but I had 100,000 people view my video.
That's wild.
That's wild. Um, my wife just randomly checked my TikTok and she was like, "You know, you have 15,000 views." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I don't know exactly what that means per TikTok. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad." But then, like, I kept checking TikTok literally every 5 minutes, and it was just like 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, 45,000,
This
sixty
was all
thousand.
within a day.
This was all within a day, and now finally it's at like 100.8 thousand or something like that. So I made that video, and there was a lot of people on that video that was like, "This isn't real. It's not an actual VHS set. It's just one of those gift box deals that maybe have a T-shirt in it, a couple pins." Which, that's fair. That was my first thought until I picked this up. I held it and I was feeling it. I looked at the bottom. I was like, "Oh shit, this is an actual VHS
Those
set.
are legit VHS tapes.
They're legit." So each Walmart was specifically getting three. Um, I found this with two left, so if I wanted to, I guess I could have got all three, but I did not. They're both gone now. They probably didn't last all through the day. But that's my pickup. I even made a follow video up to this of showing people this and saying, "Yes, real VHS tapes. Do you see it? VHS right here." And I still had people say it was still fake. It wasn't real. There's no way it's real. They don't make VHS anymore. But
Well, I tell them they're wrong because check this boy out. I have candy corn.
yeah,
On
that's the type
VHS.
of clamshell. It's yeah,
This is from that Witter
yeah,
Entertainment, the broke horror fan. See, that's a legit tape.
yes sir.
This was one of the things we were talking about physical media the other day. One of your favorite things of physical media. I couldn't find it, and I finally found it the other day. So that's what that was.
Yeah, so like I know we said we were going to do that every segment, so pretty much this is my only pickup, and this is my physical media segment. So
Yeah,
I guess Shane's little physical media
yeah,
segments is candy corn.
yeah.
These go hand in hand.
I'm going heavy on the candy corn, dude. I have like everything that's been made or available of candy corn. I probably have
Um,
because except there is a making of book that came out. I don't know if it was a kick because during their Kickstarter or Indiegogo, it was one of those perk things I think they had, and I
yeah,
didn't get that. That was one of the only things I don't probably have of candy corn.
yeah. Shit's just cool. Like I can't believe I found VHS tapes.
Yeah.
I just want to read the back of this real quick. For the people asking why there's two, yeah, Terrifier 2 wasn't exactly as long as Titanic, really. Uh, but pretty much the second VHS tape is bonus features, and those bonus features, um, it's going to include an introduction by writer director Damien Leone. It's going to have a Terrifier 2 convention phenomenon featurette.
Hmm.
Art an Art Crispy's scratch and sniff sticker comes inside,
Hmm.
and a Screambox 30-day free trial.
What the crap could that smell like? See, the funny thing about that is there are a lot of editions of older horror movies. Like for instance, I've got a Night of the Living Dead. It's a 2 VHS package, and the second VHS is bonus features.
Yep.
Or I got a Halloween up here somewhere that it was like a clamshell VHS, came with 2 VHSs, and
Yep.
one of them was like, special features and stuff like that. That's how a lot of those older VHSs were.
Um, I guess since we're talking about physical media right now, um, did you see where Arrow announced that Friday the 13th, 2009 4K?
Yeah, I saw the the slip cover and everything, and like the actual cover is like a newspaper article.
Is that something you're interested in, or?
I don't know if I'll get it per se, but I thought it was kind of interesting that they were bringing that out.
Yeah, it was just kind of out of nowhere,
It
really.
was it was random. I was like, what?
Um, I hope. Actually, I kind of want to look. Did you hear if they were going to have any new bonus features on that with anybody, or is it just
I don't know if there's like maybe new commentaries, but
I think there was. I
I would
got it
imagine
right.
they have to have something new on it because otherwise it's just like any of the other releases.
Okay, here we go. Here we
Yes.
go. Um, Disc 1 theatrical cut, 4K 2160p, original 5.1 audio, optical English, brand new audio commentary by director Marcus Nispel, brand new audio commentary by writers Mark Swift and Damian Shannon,
Hmm.
brand new interview with director Marcus Nispel, brand new interview with writers Mark Swift and Damian Shannon, um, brand new interview with cinematographer Daniel Pearl, a killer new beginning, an exclusive video essay about why horror fans shouldn't fear remakes,
Eh,
what 2009's Friday the 13th remake gets right, and why the film serves as a perfect template for feature franchise remakes by film critic Matt Donato. Excerpts from the Terror Trivia track, the rebirth of Jason Voorhees archival featurette. I think it's one of those old docs that are on all of them.
yeah.
Hacking back slash slashing forward archival featurette, 7 best kills, deleted scenes, original teaser, trailer, and TV spots, an electronic press kit, an image gallery. That's all on disc 1. Disc 2 is the 4K presentation um, with brand new audio commentary by film critics Alexandra Heller Nicholas and Josh Nelson.
Wow.
Release date September 17th, 2024.
Very nice. That might be something I might be interested in.
$35.
I'm still curious of what special is going to be about that Steelbook of Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's funny you say that because that was my next physical media topic, Nightmare on Elm Street 4K.
And it's about damn time.
Is that a Warner release?
I think so.
Nightmare 4K 1984.
Wasn't that New Line Cinema?
Nightmare on Elm Street 4K. Here we go.
I think New Line Cinema put out.
Well, yeah, it's New Line, but I think Warner Brothers owns the New Line name now.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on it yet.
They haven't said anything about like specifics and of special features and stuff yet. They don't even have an image of the artwork yet.
Slipcover, yeah. I'd imagine there has to be something new with Robert and Heather. There has to be.
I'd imagine. I mean, those two are. They're still doing conventions together pretty regularly.
Yeah, and it's this Nightmare's 40th, right?
Yeah, this year. Yep.
Yeah.
This year's a 40th for a lot of movies.
That it
Ghostbusters,
is.
Ghostbusters, Nightmare, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Night of the Comet, Gremlins.
Children of the Corn.
Was it 84?
I
Yeah, it
believe
was 84. Cause Firestarter. Because there's a I think I've covered this before, but the Strand Theater in Shelbyville once a
Toxic
month.
Avenger.
Yeah, Toxic Avenger, right? Its an initial release was 84, but it didn't really take off and wasn't really shown until like 86 though. But the
Right.
initial official release was 84. It didn't really get to audiences though until 86 for some reason.
Hills Have Eyes Part 2 came out in 84. I don't think Wes did that one.
No, I don't think that was him. But yeah, a lot of great movies came out in
Ah,
84.
it says it was him.
Wait, Wes Craven did part 2?
Hills Have Eyes Part 2, 84. Director Wes Craven.
Huh. I knew he did the first one, but I wasn't sure about.
Right.
Huh.
It's why I brought up Part 2, because he did the first one.
I don't even think I've seen part 2.
Um,
Oh man,
I seen where Longlegs is coming out on physical media in September.
I heard that movie's jacked up.
I can't wait for it.
I still want to. I still need to watch the new the First Omen.
Oh yeah,
It's on Vudu, or not Vudu, Hulu.
Hulu.
So basically, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
And then
basically.
Immaculate came out. I need to watch that at some point.
Yeah, man. Longlegs.
I've been really bad about movies this year. I haven't watched hardly any new movies like that came out this year.
I watched a new movie last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and the wife watched Dream Scenario, that Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh okay.
Have you heard about it?
I think I mean if I saw like I don't know what off the top of my head I have no idea what it's about, but
Um, it's an A24 movie, and Nicolas Cage plays this guy who everybody sees him in their dreams, and they don't know why they specifically see him in their dreams. And they're like, well, and like everybody, they're like, yeah, you're in my dreams, but you're not doing anything. You're just there. You don't interfere. You're just walking by, or you're just waving, and he can't figure it out.
huh.
So things lead to another thing, and then eventually people's dreams where they stop, they start to dream more, and then they start going into realizing like Nicolas Cage's purpose, his character purpose in their dream. It gets kind of trippy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an A24 movie. I mean, it's gonna get tricky at some point.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of Nicolas Cage though, I heard Longlegs is one of the scariest movies this year.
I don't even know what it's about.
I don't think anybody does, and I think that's why it's so exciting.
Well, look at Barbarian a couple years ago. Nobody knew anything about that movie.
That movie's jacked up too.
Yeah, and it still doesn't have a physical release.
No, it doesn't.
I don't understand that because I mean it was really well received.
Is it not on TerrorVision's website? Or am I thinking of Malignant? Maybe I'm thinking of Malignant.
I mean, Malignant you can watch anywhere.
But
But
never mind.
Malignant had a physical release. Which
Yeah,
I love that movie. I don't care what anybody says.
I've not seen Malignant yet.
Really?
Actually.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's actually on the list.
It's a lot of people say, "Oh, it's overrated," like blah blah blah. It's like, dude, I thought it was great. It was like Basket Case meets like The
Basket
Crow.
case. Oh, what?
Yeah, I can't spoil it, but you'll figure it out once you see it. But like, just the whole James Wan going back to his horror roots was awesome. It was eerie. It was creepy. It was like it was like a horror slash action movie almost too.
I'm on TerraVision's website.
Terror Vision.
Yeah, they got a lot of cool stuff on here.
Was
I
that
was talking.
was that a streaming service or?
It's just. Oh, Malum is what they had. Okay.
Oh yeah, so, which is basically Last Shift remade.
Okay. They have the physical media rights to Malum. So if anybody wants to physically buy Malum, you got to go to TerraVision's website.
Yeah. Another one.
Okay.
Okay, I take that back. I have watched one of the more recent horror films that I've watched from this year was that Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, I've not watched that yet either, but it's on the list, and I
Man,
hear it's also great.
it's pretty unique. Not gonna lie. It's like that whole old school like talk show. And
Sure.
it takes place on Halloween, and
Yep.
all this weird shit starts happening, and yeah. Some I think it was Umbrella Entertainment had a really cool release for it, but of course it's sold out, and I missed out on it. But it comes with it's like a big box. It comes with like a VHS tape of the movie, how it's like presented, like would be on like the TV or something like that, because
Yeah.
it's like a television program. It comes with like a book, some posters. I mean, those releases are impressive because they come with some really cool stuff.
Yeah. Umbrella. For people that don't know, Umbrella's, I think it's an Australian-based physical media outlet.
It is, yeah, it's Australian.
But their releases, I want their Super Mario Brothers 30th
Yeah.
anniversary release. That
Thing is
looks
like
awesome.
that thing is like this thick.
I love that shit, man. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, it comes with a couple different. I think boatload of special features like this giant essay book of like sketches and stuff. I guess
They got a really cool release for Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey too.
they did for the first one too. They had like a book.
Yeah. Yeah, yep, that's what this one is.
So another cool thing of physical media, like back when Deadpool 2 came out, Target put out a exclusive edition that came with a adult children's book, if you will, of Deadpool 2. Actually,
An adult children's book?
so it's like how the old school the golden back children's books, the gold was it the golden books, those kids books, they're wooden.
Yes.
So that's what it kind of looked like.
Oh, okay.
And it was a Target exclusive. I might have it here somewhere.
Those little gold spine Disney books like back in the day. They had Bambi and
yeah. And that's what the spirit of this book was. But of course it was Deadpool, so it was like, adult oriented.
Right.
And it was I picked that over cuz the steelbook to me for Deadpool 2 was just eh. So I'm like, I'm going to get this one that comes with a stinking children's book.
Man, I've been looking at that Ash Chainsaw by Syndicate Collectibles.
Dude, I wanted that so bad. $140, that was a lot.
Is it though?
No, not for that.
Is it for what it is? Like if it's good quality and not hollow and cheap and gonna break.
I wouldn't imagine it being that expensive and being cheap. Like it would have to be pretty durable, pretty good quality. That's something I'm gonna have to put on my Christmas list probably.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Because I want that, and I also want that Tots the Texas Chainsaw Massacre chainsaw, just to have.
Yeah, those are cool too.
My wife will let me have a real chainsaw, so I gotta get toy
Why not?
one. Well, for one, we don't really need a chainsaw because we don't have trees or
I
anything.
don't need a chainsaw,
You
but I
don't have.
have one.
I mean, that's fair.
I don't use it.
Huh?
I don't use it.
You just have it just in case.
No, I have the chainsaw used that was used in '74. Not the exact
Oh,
one, but I have
no.
the actual chainsaw.
Yeah.
I just don't, you know, I take the blade off, got to clean it up some more. It's real dirty. Um, but I've been working on it here and there just cause there's wood chips in there that's fucking 50 years old, 50 plus years old.
Yikes.
But I got to clean it up and spiffy it up a little bit, get a bar on there, and get it ready to sit on the shelf.
Yeah. So let me see here. I wanted
Talk
to
to
jump
me.
into this is something I wanted to cover back when I found out about it. What do you think about Mike Flanagan directing a new Exorcist movie?
I think it's a good call.
I think it's an amazing call. I
Uh,
mean, if anyone's gonna make a good current modern Exorcist movie, it's gotta be him.
um, I, I, for me, I try to look at the body of work he's done,
Oh yeah.
and then apply that to something as to the likes of an Exorcist 2. And it's like I have no complaints about Mike Flanagan. So
Oh no.
and it's weird. I don't know if it's just people have a weird relationship with David Gordon Green or not. But like David Gordon Green can make you like something and then go, why'd he do that way?
I see a lot of people have such a bone to pick with David Gordon Green. That's just like, man, he gave it a try. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things like he tried. Like I didn't think. Did you watch Believer?
No, not yet. I didn't necessarily need to, I guess.
Well, it's not. And even Sean Clark will say this because I mean he doesn't say the kiss because Chris Nelson worked on it obviously,
Right.
and it's not. The thing is, it's not great, but it's not the stinking shit fest people are calling it. Like it's more or less, if I'm being completely honest, it's just kind of underwhelming. And I
Underwhelming in a sense of
just it
not
didn't seem not enough happened.
so
The payoff,
underwhelming. Okay.
the
Th-
payoff is just
that's what I
kind of
keep hearing, the payoff.
yeah. So like it's a great story. It was a great concept. Like it's an interesting, two girls getting possessed at the same time by the same spirits. Like that's kind of wild. But just all the stuff that kind of revolves around it, just there's no body count. But of course, there really wasn't a body count in the first one either. But that's not the point of The Exorcist. But
Right.
my point is, it just felt like there wasn't enough of the possession stuff. If that makes sense, like there's some good stuff, there's some not so good stuff, and I mean, like I said, it's not terrible by any means. It's not what people wanted, and so it's shitty to them.
So
Halloween ends all over again, basically. It wasn't what they wanted, so therefore it's a piece of shit.
well, you have to understand. Like you slap a title on a movie and call it The Exorcist.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
got to
lot.
live up to a certain amount of expectations.
It takes a lot of balls to make a movie that takes place after one of the greatest, arguably greatest horror films of all time.
Yeah, and like The Exorcist 2 couldn't even do that. Like really, The
But
Exorcist 3,
the Exorcist 3 was freaking awesome.
yeah, The Exorcist 3 is awesome. So, I don't know. I
Yeah,
you know, I The Exorcist is literally you can compare it to Halloween in the sense of sourcing back to an original horror movie. This is the original. You can't.
Yeah.
The Exorcist had a certain feeling. Halloween had a certain feeling. Texas Chainsaw had a certain feeling. These iconic horror movies, they have these certain feelings and these certain expectations. Like when a remake comes out, it's almost like damn near impossible to, you know, nail it.
Get it just right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like that, I have to. For people need to realize they're never gonna make another movie like the originals.
It'll never happen.
And the originals will always just be the originals. I mean, they can try to carbon copy anything they want to and give you the sense of how the original was, but
Yeah.
they're not. They might give you some little, nostalgia, bits, but you're not.
I
It's never going to be exactly the same as the original. I mean, people need to just come to grips with that. Maybe they might enjoy the newer ones better that way. I don't know.
I will say. So I watched the trailer for Beetlejuice 2, or technically Beetlejuice,
Yeah,
and I was really worried. The first Beetlejuice has a certain feel to the movie. I kind of compare the same feeling as like when I watch Edward Scissorhands. There's a certain feeling in the movie,
right.
and I don't know if I don't know if that's just a Tim Burton thing or not. Probably is if that's why I'm feeling that way. But I watched the trailer and I was kind of worried that this new Beetlejuice isn't going to feel like the original one. And I was watching some of the clips and I was looking at the actual stop motion they used for the sandworm. So it wasn't CGI, it is actually using stop motion.
Oh wow.
And I kind of went, okay, it's not. I guess what I was getting at is I was kind of scared of this new Beetlejuice feeling too cinematically new for the picture, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because we're used to the first movie so much. It, all these new movies, they're shot in IMAX and they're shot with the best cameras, and it's just kind of tough to kind of get that old school feel you used to get when everything's just new.
That's that's why we like these newer movies. A lot of these independent films coming out that are shot like the old school ones, like Terrifier. Or,
Yeah,
you know,
on 16 and
they
35 mil.
yeah, they shoot them like they're basically '80s throwback movies, and they do.
Yeah.
Most of them are done really well. You can't really complain there, but
Do you know, was Terrifier and Terrifier 2, was they both 35? Or, well, probably not the first one.
I'm not sure the aspect, but I know they. Um, I don't.
I'm, look,
Yeah, I don't, that's
I'm looking it up right now. What is the most graphic scene in Terrifier 2? Yes.
that's about right. Where is my Terrifier? I think it's on the yeah. Never mind.
It's Terrifier 2 shot in 35 millimeter? Oh yeah, I still think it's nuts that the budget for that movie was $250,000.
Yeah, and then they made like
15 million.
yeah, it's bonk.
There's people, I remember reading, there was people that were saying like, yeah, that movie flopped, it only made 15 million. But like when you put it on the scale, 250,000 to make, this big gap's your return.
Yeah, I don't think they realize how flops work.
Yeah, like
You
take a
flop
movie,
when you flop when you don't make your budget.
dude. Avengers Endgame made it took 250 million to make the movie.
and they made like 250 billion. That movie's like the second highest grossing film of all time.
I am looking.
It was the first one for a while, but then of course they're like, well, we're gonna re-release Avatar again.
It's almost peaking at 2.8 billion,
Yeah,
which is a lot for a movie.
yeah, that's a lot. There won't be another Marvel movie make that kind of money.
If it does, it's gonna have to be like
I don't
another
know.
breakout fucking movie.
I feel like this Deadpool Wolverine movie is gonna make some decent coin.
Yeah, it's
Probably
gonna
not.
make. Yeah,
Probably
it's
not.
gonna make coin.
Probably not Avengers Endgame coin, but
No.
people are freaking stoked for it. It's pretty cool. So we were up in Castleton area today, and uh, my wife, her birthday was back the beginning of the month, so she still has like reward stuff she can claim from like restaurants and stuff. So at AMC theaters for your birthday, you get a free like big ass popcorn basically.
Yeah.
And she went and got it and brought it out, and it was in one of those Deadpool Wolverine, not the like the deluxe popcorn buckets, but like it was in a bucket that had Deadpool and Wolverine on
Graphics
it.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Uh, I seen this popcorn bucket they're offering. It's a it's a Deadpool head
But
laying on its
Wolverine,
side. It's laying on its side, and there's like a spot in the side on the head for like a drink, and then a spot in like the mouth or something for your popcorn or some shit.
yeah. Well, the initial one is a Wolverine, where the mouth is like wide open.
Right. Well, I just seen that Deadpool one today.
What did it? Did you see who's offering it?
Dude, there's no fucking telling. I feel like now all these movie companies are.
Well, the hell they got a thing out for Art the Clown one.
Oh
for
shit, for real?
for when Terrifier 3 comes out.
That's going
They
to be
got
impossible to get.
I don't know, they got a whole like one of those things where you sign or whatever to get it made that you hope to get it made. Or those oh, I can't even think of what they're called.
Petition?
Petition, yeah. It's like you can make one of those all you want. Doesn't mean it's gonna get made.
Yeah.
But could you imagine though an Art the Clown popcorn bucket?
Can I imagine? No, I can't imagine.
But it'd be cool as hell.
That would be cool.
I want a Michael Myers one.
Well, I don't think we'll be getting that soon.
Nope, probably not. Which is fine with me, honestly. I'm okay with what we got. Let's see here. What else we got here?
Maxine had their red carpet event.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say Maxine's coming out next week.
Yep. And then the week after's Long Legs. I keep saying, I'm sorry. I thought I was very excited to see Maxine, but now like Long Legs is just being very mysterious to me.
I mean, I have no idea what it's even about, but I'll definitely check it out just because of the mysteriousness of it.
Yeah, but
yeah, Maxine, I'm definitely freaking stoked for because I mean, X and Pearl were thinking fantastic films.
Yeah,
and from what
I think
I'm
it's
hearing,
going to be the best one.
For what I'm hearing, it's pretty good. I mean, I've not heard anything. The only bad review I've heard from was actually from like
IGN.
Yeah, and
IGN gave it a 5, I think.
Well, they also gave Pearl a 5 apparently, and Pearl was fantastic. So
people at IGN are too used to seeing superhero movies.
Yeah, they're very they're weird when it comes to it's like basically like the person from Rotten Tomatoes. And again, thinking X and Pearl had high Rotten Tomato scores.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna watch it. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if IGN gave it a 2. I would still watch it.
Yeah, I I don't know if it's just me, but there's a lot of people that really rely on movie reviews before they pick and go see a movie.
I mean, I understand like not wanting to waste your time watching a movie, but if you're gonna base your going to see it off of other people's opinions of it, then like why are you even bothering?
Yeah.
Say, oh well, this movie only has a 5 out of 10. I don't think I'm gonna go see it when it could be actually really good.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I just seen where our boy Tyler Mane is back as Sabretooth.
Yeah, I
That's
was.
sick, ain't it?
Did you watch the clip?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And he like spoke to him like that's Tyler Mane. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's sick.
That's gonna be cool.
I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, that's good. That movie's gonna be insane.
It is gonna.
The fact that the movie's even happening to begin with is insane.
Yeah, it is kind of insane because I don't think that's not the direction they was gonna go.
No, I think it
Um,
was one of those things where it was like, hey, let's see what Hugh has to say about this. I think if honestly, if Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds weren't such good friends, I don't think it would have happened.
probably not.
Because those two are actually, from my understanding in real life, really, really good friends.
Yeah, yeah, they are. They were. I remember this video clip of seeing Taylor Swift at like one of her concerts backstage or something, and Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds was
Yeah, I think
they had Taylor Swift lanyards on. They got
yeah,
backstage access.
because they've been. I mean, honestly, I think they've been friends since Wolverine
Origins.
Origins. Yeah,
Yep.
since that happened.
Holy shit. I forgot about that. I forgot about when that Deadpool happened.
That Deadpool.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that movie was. Well, if it's because of that movie that we have Deadpool, and so I mean,
It's like it came full circle.
it really did. Yeah, it's kind of like because they honestly the studio kind of blackmailed Ryan Reynolds into playing that version. He's like, well, you can do it, or you won't get your Deadpool movie. Is
Yeah.
kind of how that went, from my understanding.
Yeah.
Which is like that's such a studio thing to do. Like, oh, you can play this version of Wade Wilson, even though it has not. This isn't even completely like Deadpool at all. Looks nothing like him.
I should have just listened the first time.
Yeah.
Now look. Well, again, Fox. Fox back then. Whew.
Well, I mean,
It's so weird looking at all these companies now. Because when I think about Fox or when I'm thinking about whoever, it's automatically, oh, Disney owns them now.
yeah, yeah.
Disney owns everything, man. It's
Dude,
freaking crazy.
yeah, it's pretty freaking wild. I'll admit that. They've done some right and some not so right. So I mean, you can't really. I mean, they're doing with what they will, I guess.
Yep.
They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Hey, did you hear? There's this movie coming out. I don't know if it's next year, but there's like I don't know if it's a spin-off, but it's in like the kind of the vicinity of like Megan. It's called Soulmate.
Does it take place in the same universe, or is this just?
I don't think it's the same universe, but it's like I don't. The headline for it said spin-off of Megan. I guess so. I
Okay.
guess the concept. So Megan is this toy that you know android basically that kids can play with. It's like their best for like they're basically. So this Soulmate.
It's why AI is gonna be very soon.
So initially, that's what this Soulmate apparently is supposed to be. The Soulmate, they're making people's
Significant others.
yeah. So
Ah.
they're gonna be fucking some robots in that apparently. I'm like, that's cool, I guess.
I guess technically they already make that stuff.
Oh yeah. Moving on.
Moving on.
No, but like just that, like the fact that they're making Soulmate because of Megan. It's just
Yeah,
like that's kind of wild to me. Megan was really good. I'm interested to see where they go with Megan too.
I never seen it.
You ever saw Megan? Really?
No, just because it's like I put Megan in one of those categories in my head where it's like I don't think I need to see it because
I liked it.
no,
It's more.
okay,
It's
let me rephrase that. Not that I need to see it. Megan wasn't one of those movies I needed to see in theaters.
okay.
However, it is one of those movies I will end up watching probably. Just it wasn't a theater priority movie for
Yeah,
me.
I actually have the one sheet of that movie.
Oh shit, you got a one sheet, brother?
Yeah. So my theater, that movie come out. I think it was like, well, was it last year? It came out like in January or something like that. And that it was either last year or the year before. But it came out and it had been out. It was out of theaters. It was already out on Blu-ray, I think. And my theater, for some reason, still had the poster up. And we were going to see. I think we were going to see Mario. And that poster was up. And I asked the guy at the front, I'm like, "Hey," I asked them what they do with their posters when they're done with them, and they're like, "It just depends on what the movie is." Because a lot of the times, I guess
Studios. Yep.
a lot of times they have to send the poster back
Yep.
or destroy it. And I
Yep.
said, "What about that Megan poster over there?" Like, that's one we could probably give to you. So he pops open the big thing and takes it out and rolls it up and gives it to me. I'm like, "Holy shit!"
See, man, I
And I
always
got it, and I got it signed back in September by Violet McGraw and Amy Donald from Megan.
see, man, I always want to ask theaters that, but like I don't want to be that like guy that comes in and hassles the employees about their movie posters.
Yeah, like I asked them about the Halloween Ends poster, or it was either the Kills or the Ends poster, and I said, "Hey," and I come to find out that was one they had to send back.
You have no idea how bad I wanted this poster.
Oh yeah.
The
Well,
Terrifier 2
technically,
poster.
I think you can still get those on the Terrifier website.
Full sheets?
Yeah, I think so. Because they have them all in all different sizes. I'm pretty sure you can get. I don't know if it's. I think you can get those posters. They're the theatrical ones, and get them signed. I think
Hmm.
it's like Terrifier Shop or something like that.
Because I was going to say, you need to ask when Terrifier 3 comes out.
October. They don't have. I don't think they have exact. Well, they just showed another poster the other, like literally yesterday. I don't know if there was a date on there though. I
Terrifier
think
2 poster.
is it October 27th when Terrifier 3 comes out.
I don't know. I don't know if I heard an actual date yet.
All I know is it was coming out in October. I don't know an exact date yet, but
You can only get up to 24 by 36.
isn't that a one sheet though?
No, a one sheet's 27 by 40.
Oh, okay. So
A,
that's
a one sheet is a double sided 27 by
right
40.
because it's like double sided. Because it's like, yeah,
Yep.
I have one of those of The Nun 2 actually that I got at Horror Hound.
Oh, that's funny.
Even though that movie would suck balls.
Oh, was it that bad? I never seen
Nun
it.
2, dude, man, like,
Wasn't they walking around a horror hound or something?
yeah, they had like the bunch of they had a whole like booth set up for The Nun 2. They had a bunch of girls dressed up as the faceless nuns, basically.
Yeah.
They would walk through, come back. I think they were swapping them out every so often. That was cool. It was a cool setup, but that movie was just the problem with the movie is there was like it was kind of like Godzilla 2014, where the movie's called Godzilla, but he's only in it for like 10 minutes.
That's every Godzilla movie, brother.
Yeah, I mean, that's what but that's what the Nun 2 was. Like,
Yeah.
it felt like it was barely in it. The story was a little better. Like it just the creep factor. It wasn't very like eerie.
Hmm.
With like the first movie, I like I have a love-hate relationship with the first one because I love it, but I also like hate how stupid it is. Like the uh the logic of the movie.
See, I seen. You're still talking about The Nun, right?
Yeah, the Nun. Yep.
Yeah. See, I seen The Nun in theaters,
Shoot, that'd be like
and it was almost the same thing, like as what you was talking about. Like, okay, we're here watching this nun movie, and then like there was really no nun action for
she was
a
most
long while.
she was mostly in the background, just like creeping about.
Being a nun,
Yeah.
being a penguin.
Yeah, just that movie though. To me though, it's just more. It was extremely eerie. The vibe that movie was because it was dark, and it
Yeah.
was that the Abbey or whatever.
Yep.
And but the movie bugs me because the logistics of it. Like, why would you send a nun in training to help a priest during a supposed suicide case? And first of all, why would you stick around when all this crazy shit started happening? Like, oh, we're going to stay the night again just to make sure this stuff's really happening. Gets buried underneath the ground's like, yes, this is an unhallowed ground. Yeah, obviously, you just got buried.
But Shane, that's with any horror movie.
Oh yeah, that's cinema. It just bugs me because the movie is like cinematography wise and the look of it and the like vibe of it is great, but like the story just to me is just like
It could be it could be just so out, like the concept
Hollywood.
of the nun could just be so outdated. Like, what can you really do with a nun movie?
There's been so many like evil nun movies. I mean, it dates back to Sister Act. I mean, look at that movie.
The nun, that mean ass nun in the Blues Brothers. I don't know if you ever seen the Blues Brothers.
I know of it, but I don't think I've ever actually watched it.
Classic, man.
Oh, I know. I remember that came out like 90s.
No, that came out 80s.
Oh, maybe yeah, that's what it was.
I think 1980,
Damn.
something like that.
I remember seeing the cover at video stores.
Yeah, it was one of Dan Aykroyd's and John Belushi's first movies right off, SNL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out in 80. I was right.
Damn.
Yep.
Hard to believe that came out that long ago.
Now, to the contrary, though, Blues Brothers 2000 with John Goodman came out in the 90s, I believe.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Like, remember seeing, because I remember something like that came out, and I remember seeing it like in like the new area. So maybe that's what it was.
Blues Brothers
It's
2000
been
came
so
out.
long ago.
Came out in 98. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
brother, this has been a fat episode.
Big old fat episode.
Yeah, we're closing in on 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, we covered about 45 minutes of that on wrestling.
That's all right.
Oh yeah, it was good. It. You know what? This is us catching up, really.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we haven't been as chatty Cathy's as we have been lately. For a
No.
while.
No, and like I said, like most of that's due to it being summer.
Yeah, I mean, we're just busy.
Yeah, family and people are just doing summer stuff right now.
Right.
I have a feeling it'll slow down come the end of August, rolling into September. Good old fall will be here. I can't wait.
Getting ready for September Horror Hound.
Godly, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be here before we know it too.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be. Oh, is it gonna be good?
Dude, Spirits should be opening up next month.
Yeah, and well,
how crazy is that?
August-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to go to the flagship store back up in like wherever the crap is. It like New Jersey or something like that?
Yes, I think so.
Where they have
open
like the
year
big,
round.
That big. Is it open year round?
Yes, sir.
Huh. Yeah, because that's where they open it. They open it, then they like launch. Oh yeah, it's Spirit Halloween season now. Supposed to be having some new stuff. That I'd imagine within the next couple weeks or so, they'll probably start pouring out some info
Um, we don't
on.
have we don't have enough time, but I actually just looked at a like animatronics catalog,
Oh yeah.
like coming up. So, um,
Well, let's.
I think we're getting an Art the Clown animatronic.
Yeah, there's supposed to be two. One from like Party City, and one
Yeah,
from Spirit.
yeah. See, they do that bullshit now. They have these animatronic companies do the same animatronic, but they'll have a variant, like a blood splatter variant, at a Party City.
Party City's supposed to have the flower glasses.
See, that's what.
But the bad thing is, it looks like shit.
I guess essentially just buy the one from Spirit and just buy some sunflower glasses if you want to.
Yeah, I still want
You know.
that. I want that Sam animatronic where he has the sucker and he's like,
That's cool. Yeah, that's a cool animatronic.
And those aren't that expensive. Well, it's like $270 maybe, $279 maybe.
It's expensive for my taste.
Yeah, maybe it isn't this cheap. For some reason, I thought it was like in the hundreds, but maybe it wasn't. Those blow-ups, man, those things get expensive too. The inflatables or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep,
Well,
it's about goddamn spooky season,
it's about spooky season.
which will probably be a big topic on our next episode, whenever that.
Yeah, yeah, probably. I'd have to imagine 2 or 3 weeks from now, there's going to be a lot more like Halloween stuff coming out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
because July is like pre-Halloween season.
yeah.
Well, I think this is all we got time for tonight.
I think so too. It was juicy.
Well,
it was
you know
it was a
what?
thick episode with 2 C's.
Yeah, and honestly, if I'm being honest, everything on this list, other than maybe one or two items, we really covered. I mean, the only thing that we didn't cover that's on there, I was going to talk a little bit about the Epic universe and the Dark universe at Universal.
Okay, don't, because I'm like a weird. I love theme park history, and I specifically love the history of Universal Studios in Orlando.
Yeah.
So, like, don't even touch that right now. I've been following the Dark Universe from beginning to end.
Yeah.
So, that's something I can talk about. I just keep going.
Yeah. That's kind of why I'm like, we won't talk. That just like that announcement kind of just can't, like the reveal or whatever.
Yeah, it looks cool as shit.
I was going to touch on, because today, well, probably yesterday now, the 29th, was the 25th anniversary of Slipknot's self-titled album.
That it is. I'm very upset because I went to their website and they had a shirt. It was a limited edition shirt, and they're already sold out.
No shit, man.
It was a big front. It was a big print on the front of. Yep, and then on the back of the shirt was a huge ass barcode.
Yeah,
and those sold out.
I think they were like $45 too, though.
40
or 40, yeah.
Well, our big asses, they want to charge more.
Yeah.
If you order 2XL and up, they'd like to charge you more.
Well, it'd be 42, maybe 43. Them bastards. But anyway, yeah, Slipknot coming up too, August 6th.
August 6th.
You still plan on possibly going?
I do. I'm falling behind on getting my ticket.
I know you are. I've been trying to help you out.
I know. It's just one of those things where it's lawn. I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
The thing is, I don't mind the lawn there. Like,
I don't
a lot
either.
of people are like, man, the lawn sucks. But like, no, like Ruoff, whatever you want to call it, I like their lawn. Like,
Verizon.
I don't mind it because I like that it's split. Like, it's like split into 3 sections almost.
Mm.
Obviously it's one big lawn, but I mean, like, you have like this left section over here, a sidewalk area, this big middle section, another divider. It's not all crammed together,
Yeah.
and that's what I
Just
like.
you just gotta not get stuck behind one of those pillars.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Dumbass pillars.
I almost have like a specific spot that I stand at every time I go
Yeah.
there,
It's
and I'm
funny, so do I.
every time I'm right there. It's usually on, like, so if this is like the lawn, I'm usually on the left side. I don't.
Oh, really? You do left?
Yeah.
I do right.
Oh shit. What are we gonna
Yeah.
do then?
Go to the center.
Yeah. No. That's where all the pits will be.
It, dude, Slipknot's 25th.
There's
You
gonna be
gotta
pits everywhere.
you gotta jump in there, brother.
Nah, I don't feel it. If anything, I don't have more of a reason not to.
All right, Shane. Let's end this damn thing.
Yeah, we better.
Plug it. Plug it. Go
Plug.
ahead.
Well, it's been exciting. It's been thick,
With two
but
C's.
but it's time to clock out. So as
Where,
always, stay spooky.
where can we find you?
Well, you can find me at Instagram and Facebook under the Rotten Report, or just my standard name, but the
Shane
Rotten
Bushhorn?
Bushhorn. Yeah.
Busshorn? Bushhorn?
No, but my Instagram's a little more exciting because I post there a little more often.
Yeah, and I am at Toy Crypt. You can find me on Instagram at Toy Crypt. You can find me on TikTok, which I may have to be posting some TikTok soon. I don't know.
Apparently.
I same thing at Toy Crypt, YouTube at Toy Crypt. So everything will be linked in the description.
Hell yeah.
Um, other than that, I don't have anything else. Do you?
Nope, I think we covered pretty much all that we could probably cover in this episode. We're all
Sounds.
caught up.
We are all caught up now. Until next time, folks. All right. Thank y'all for listening. We'll see you hopefully in about 2-3 weeks. Hopefully not 2 or 3 months this time. But
It's been a minute.
but all right, y'all. Thanks for stopping by and listening to this episode of the Mid-Nite Spookshow, episode 3.